Yes, mates, how's it going? My name's Lee, and today's video will be all about one man, Mr. Harry Kane. Yes, mates, now we're talking. It's a bit of a mini kind of stats insight into Kane that will hopefully aid you in making an informed decision on whether owning Kane is right for you and your team for game week 1. So if you find the video helpful or you enjoyed the video, please subscribe to the channel. Just a little click down below, mate, don't be snide, please do it, and it really helps me out. Anyway, let's rock and roll into the video. Right, mates, Harry Kane, we all know he's a forward for Spurs, 12.5 mil. It's a bit of a weird price point, and it's something that I'm not too sure about whether I should own that kind of player around that price, but it's hard not to look at someone like Harry Kane. He's only owned by 16.7% of the game as of time of recording right now. Here's some stats from last season. He got 263 points, that's about 8 behind Haaland. He got 30 goals and 9 assists. He massively outperformed his XG and his expected assists. So that means that he's a clinical striker, but he also makes a lot of chances. He makes a lot of high quality chances, and he took the most shots in the league. And he also had the most shots on target. Average is about 3.4 per game. This is in the Spurs side. Don't forget that. That was bang average last season. I think they lost something like 15 games last season. So don't think for a minute this is a dominant Spurs side. This is a very average Spurs side being held up by a world-class elite striker in someone like Harry Kane. So don't kind of sleep on him. And everyone's jumping on Haaland for the 14 mil. Didn't get many more points than Harry Kane. The thing is with Haaland is that he's a bit more explosive, but if you want someone to tick along nicely throughout the season, Harry Kane is definitely up there. Like, he's definitely your man. And if you're gonna ask me to pick between Kane and Salah, I'm picking Kane all day long. I just don't see the appeal of Salah right now. He's playing so far out wide on the right. Kane is the focal point, and the way Postecoglou likes to play is his wingers go out wide. Wing backs are really important and kind of do like the underlap, and everything is focused around that main number 9. So he will be the main man. He will still be the main man. He's on penalties. He plays every single minute of every single game, and it's just something to keep in mind. Is he the one for you to pick? Is he the one for you to look at moving forward? Think about it. So I'll just pop this in here real quick. There's this myth that Kane is a slow starter. Mate, he's not. Just like, look at it. The last season he got 5 goals in the first 6 games. He didn't get any assists within that time frame. 21-22 was a weird season for me. That was the time when he's linked with Man City. His head was all over the place. I'm not really counting that as any kind of indication of the way he kind of plays and the way he starts. Like we saw once he got his head over it post Christmas, that he was on fire after that point. Even that season he scored 1 goal in the first 18, and he's still finishing like the top 5 goal scorers in the league. He got some like 18 league goals. Absolute beast. 21-22, 5 goals and 8 assists. He got 4 assists in 1 game at the beginning of that season. 19-20, 4 goals, 1 assist. So you guys got a proven track record of getting 4 or 5 goals in the first 6 games, and I think that will continue. And there is this myth that he is a slow starter, but mate, he's not. Like he's just not. So whatever your preconceptions are about Harry Kane, get them out your head. Look at the stats. This is what he does. He scores goals, he creates chances. They're in a much attacking side now. The new manager will play 4 at the back, I reckon. There'll be a lot of emphasis on the wide players and the wing backs, and I think they'll create a lot of chances for Harry Kane, and I think he will score goals, he will get assists. This is Spurs' first 6 games of the season. Brentford away, Man United at home, Bournemouth away, Burnley away, Sheffield United at home, Arsenal away. The difficulty that I've popped in there, 5 being the most difficult, 1 being the easiest. As you can see there, they have got some relatively easy games. I think Burnley away is probably maybe a 2.53. I think that'll be a harder game than people think. They keep the ball very well. But you can see there that even last season, like, he's still got decent returns against these sides. And he's playing two newly promoted sides, as well as Bournemouth, who have just changed manager, trying to go for this Bielsa kind of style of play. I think it's going to be a train wreck. I don't trust that appointment at all. I'm not a fan of the appointment. And on the far right column, the historical data, you can see like he's got a good record against almost all teams by United, and that's just because maybe we're a good side. We're an absolute beast, man. So I'm not too concerned about his record against United. I think they'll be a better side this season. I think they'll be a harder team to break down defensively, and I think they'll attack a lot better as well. And you can see there, like, he's and like some of his best performances come against teams like Arsenal and some of those bigger boys, like especially in derbies and things like that. So he's got a great record against all the teams he's coming up against, and I think he'll continue that. Just something to keep in mind that we do have this data available, and it should be relied upon to make informed decisions moving forward. Keep it in mind, because these are solid stats for any player. And that start he's got 2 tough games in United and Arsenal. Then he's got 1 medium game in Brentford, and then he's got 3 really good games in the middle there. I think there's going to be a exodus in game week 3, rushing out to get Harry Kane. Why not start with him? He's going to get returns in Brentford or against Man United. He'll get something. I don't think he'll blank in both of those, and then you're already set up, ready to move into those 3 games. Something to keep in mind. Try and plan ahead. Don't make knee-jerk reactions moving forward. Try and be more proactive in your decision making. Try and plan in for all your decisions. Try and plan your transfers out effectively. Like, don't try and book transfers in. Like, don't think I'm gonna save 2 transfers and then make 3 in game week 3 and take a hit and bring Harry Kane in, take Salah out, blah blah blah. Get Harry Kane in from the beginning, leave him in. He's a season keeper. He's fixture proof. His captain is on penalties. He's on some set pieces. Although I think now Maddison's coming, I think he'll take a few away from him. He plays every single minute of every single game. Monster, talismanic, easy pick, mate. So Harry Kane has actually got a decent record against newly promoted sides, and as you can see there, the Forest, Fulham and Bournemouth. He got 6 goals in 6 games and no assists. That was from last season. The West Brom, Leeds and Fulham is from the 2021 season, and he got 4 goals and 1 assist in those 6 games. As you can see, like, he's got a decent record against these newly promoted sides. He's got 2 of them in Burnley and Sheffield United, and I think he will continue and keep up that record against these newly promoted sides. And like, it's definitely something to consider moving forward with someone like Harry Kane. Like he is prolific. He does score goals. He does get assists, especially with this new attacking manager. I think that will all lend itself to Harry Kane having a decent record against the newly promoted sides once again. Right, mates, this is the big question. Should you own Harry Kane in game week 1? Yes or no? The side of yes, the argument for yes, is an elite striker. We all know he's an elite striker. The data proves it. It's been up there for the top goal scorers, like there or thereabouts. They've got decent fixtures. They've got a couple of hard games, but they've got 3 really good games in the middle. He's a good starter. I've shown you the stats. It's a myth that he's a slow starter, or this kind of he doesn't score in August, blah blah blah. He is a good starter. Like, he starts pretty well and he gets goals and assists within those games. He's got solid historical data against all the teams he's playing in the first 6 games. He's got good data against newly promoted sides. They've got a new attacking manager in Ange Postecoglou, and they're making a lot more attacking signings. People like Solomon, people like Maddison. Destiny Udogie is coming back as the left back. It looks like Pedro Porro is going to be favoured at right back. Kulusevski is gonna he's come back from injury and he's going to start right wing. All these will lend itself to a really solid system, a really solid formation that will hopefully bring out the best in Harry Kane, especially within those first few games. On the side of no, the price is just an awkward price point. You've basically got Haaland, Kane at 12.5, and then the next one below that is 8 million. But what this allows you to do is, if there is any price rises, you can easily drop down to any single striker, because Haaland isn't going to be dropped. I think Haaland's going to be a mainstay. Like, he's going to be perma captain, so that allows you to drop down to anybody really. Like it gives you a lot of flexibility up front, but then the problem with the price as well is that it's tied up front, as opposed to being in midfield where you can be more flexible in midfield. All your money's tied up front. So if you wanted to make any moves in midfield, you would need at least 2 transfers to start moving things around. The formation is always a bit of like a talking point as well. Like what formation do you want to play? Like, what formation is the most optimal? I like playing with something like a 3-4-3, but there aren't many great strikers, so it's probably going to be a 3-5-2. And I don't know if I can put that much money up front, as I was talking about the price a moment ago. I'm not sure if that's the best use of my funds, putting everything up front, whereas maybe someone like a Salah or more premium, like a semi-premium midfielder would be better in there, the likes of Rashford, Bruno, Saka, Odegaard, so on and so forth. The transfer rumours, like we saw from when he was linked with Man City, that transfer rumours seem to do cause him some problems, and mentally it does affect him, and it does affect his performances. But also, like, is he eventually going to leave to something like a Bayern Munich? Well, like, we don't know these things. I think he's so close to the goal scoring record, I don't see him leaving. Like, it doesn't make sense for him to leave, in my opinion. So it's a difficult one, and it's something definitely to keep your eye on. It's something that we can assess over pre-season. But if he was to make a transfer, I think it'd be very, very late in the window, because this is what Daniel Levy does. I think he could leave on something like deadline day. And if he goes to like a team in the league, like a Man United, then happy days. I think someone like a Bruno Fernandes becomes an even better option because of that. Another reason why you might not want to own Kane in game week 1, is he a viable captain pick at any point within those first 6-10 games? Or are you basically just going to captain Haaland for every single game all season, which seems like a very viable solution right now. So in that case, could your funds be more spread around? It's not all tied up in a player that you're not even going to captain. And at the end of the day, mate, Spurs. We all know what Spurs do. Spurs battle it. Why are you going to pick Spurs players? Come on, Spurs fans. Hate me on it. But where did you come last season? You come like 6th or something, 7th. Lost about 15 games. Nah, I'm messing, mate. I'm messing. Good team, good appointment at the manager. Made some really good signings. I think Maddison's a great signing. I think he'll really help Harry Kane, take the load off Harry Kane, push into that number 10 position, so Kane's not to drop as deep. I think Kane can now play as an out-and-out number 9. And even when he doesn't, if he does drop into the 10, he's got someone that can overlap him. So Maddison can overlap. And I think it'll help them. Like, I think it'll help their system. Like, it'll help the way they attack. It'll help tactically. And I think it all lends itself, like I've been saying all throughout the video, like it lends itself to Harry Kane having a really, really good season. So that's it for today's video, mates. What do you think of the question? Are you going to own Harry Kane in game week 1? Yes or no? Have you given my reasons why? Am I going to own Harry Kane in game week 1? Not sure right now. I'm probably 55% yes. I would like to own him, but there's a lot of negative issues with it. The price is a real sticking point for me. I would like to be more flexible in my midfield. I would like to be more flexible in my formations, and I'm not sure whether owning Harry Kane would allow me to do that. So if you've enjoyed today's video, if you've found it helpful, if you've got anything from it, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll make more videos like this. Leave a like, leave a comment down below, let's have a little chat, let me know if you're going to own him. Anyway, peace and love, have a good day.